Somali and the Forest Spirit. It's an anime with a very simple premise. A golem finds a human girl in the forest and they go on a journey with the goal of finding other humans to adopt her. I went into it not expecting much, just to watch a cute girl do cute stuff, but what I got was something way more than that.
I've been making moves, tryna lay low, just for 20k, all in pesos. Yeah, I'm a good baby kid, a new Range Rover. Off the mix, get me hard like a K-pop. Hey, smoking on that, turn me to Beethoven.
I know I'm a bit late to the party considering this anime originally aired a couple months ago, so forgive me if I say some things that have been said before, but I just got so invested that I really couldn't help but to make a video on it. Right from the first episode, I could tell I was gonna absolutely love the show. It starts off with a cool looking golem walking around a forest full of life. With how good the world looks visually and the beautiful music, the intro in the first episode made me feel like I was watching a movie rather than another seasonal series. Once the OP ends, you see Somali and the golem on their journey, and with just this one scene, we learn a lot about the personalities of the both of them, as well as the dynamic of their relationship. Somali is an energetic child, full to the brim with curiosity. The golem is an overprotective father figure, and he also doesn't show much emotion, because he apparently can't feel emotion, because he's basically a robot. I'll get more into that later though, because before I go into detail about the characters, I'm going to talk about my favorite thing in the show. The worlds and how the dialogue is used to enrich the world with life and get you more immersed.
Walking around hitting the sky, bitch, I'm too base. Switching up like Gemini, bitch, it's two-faced. Little baby tryna waste my time, but it's too late, no way. I'm on FaceTime for them blue faces, big stacking. Pop the trunk, bitch, it's shit slapping, whip smashing. Metal in my neck, can't be whiplash.
Every place that the two protagonists travel to is pretty as fuck. Whether they're in the tundra, desert, forest, or city, everywhere feels completely full of life with no lack of color or creativity. And the conversations that are held between the characters are often used to bring even more detail to the world without forcing it. You learn everything from the history about the world to things about its ecosystem, just through the natural flow of the dialogue.
でも人間って見ます？そうさね。少し前は市場に置いてあったんだがね。人間か。ありゃうまかったな。
Just from the golem trying to find information of where to find humans, we learn that humans are now rare to find, and they were typically hunted and used as pets or food. They don't just tell you, oh, good luck finding humans, we eat them. They talk about their memories of eating humans and how they miss it. Conversations like this answer questions that you had without the characters actually needing to straight up ask. This type of writing is good because instead of sacrificing your immersion to tell you more about the world, it uses a dialogue to tell you the same things while adding to your immersion via realistic conversations.
Metal in my neck, turn me to a cyborg. Now these police double check when I'm at the airport. Cortez Coke Whites, baby, these ain't Air Force.
Through the journey, Somali and the golem meet a lot of interesting characters. Most of them don't really stick around, but you still get to know them because of how strong and varied their personalities are. The golem also learns a lot of useful things about parenting from them, but as far as character progression, you'll mainly only see it in the golem. He goes through pretty much the whole show claiming not to have any emotions, which makes sense considering what he is. But as the journey goes on, and him and Somali share moments both good and bad, it's easy to see that he does in fact feel. The biggest moments that show that he does have feelings is when he opens up to the side characters about the situation he is in with Somali and literally describes emotion. But of course, he doesn't accept it as feeling emotion, at least not until later, but even then he still kinda denies it. Most of the emotions he feels are caused by or involve Somali, which shows that he's accepted his role as a father a lot more than what you would initially believe from the first few episodes.
The rice when we start some, she gon' run it up and bring it back to me. Cash coming, pockets melancholy, that's some blue hunters roll running. I'ma do this shit until my toes bloody.
The main focus of the show is on Parenthood. The golem is trying to be the best parent he can to Somali until they're able to find other humans. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's an equal amount of tough and sad moments as there are happy and wholesome ones. The golem is a naturally good parent, in the sense of keeping Somali safe and healthy. His big golem brain is a huge asset because it means he knows a lot about the environment wherever they are, so they're often able to find food even if they're not staying in a city. It's also useful because it allows him to analyze Somali's behavior. He uses it to predict her actions, which is useful to help him find ways to prevent them from being separated or avoid other undesirable situations. But with how strict the golem typically is as a parent, sometimes issues arise and the golem has to learn that there's more to being a parent than keeping the young ones physically safe and healthy. Eventually in the series, series, you'll find out that the golem and Somali have a limited time together. I won't spoil why, but it does affect the atmosphere quite a bit. The limited time, as well as the fact that Somali is at constant risk of being hunted just because she's human, gives you a kind of unsettling feeling. Sure, she's given a cute little hood with the horns on it to hide the fact that she's human. If anyone asks, the golem just claims that she's a child minotaur. But despite that, you still know the risks of her being in cities surrounded by other people. So whenever they are in the cities, there's a somewhat anxious feeling looming in the back of your head the whole time. And since Somali is too young to fully understand the prejudices that the other people have of humans and the limited time that she has with the golem, it omits a somewhat melancholic vibe, especially when she does things like talking about how she wants to journey with the golem forever. Somali and the Forest Spirit explores a lot of tough themes and has a lot of lessons you can take away from it. There's a lot of heartwarming moments and a lot of not so heartwarming moments, but every second of it is a joy to watch. Overall, I think Somali and the Forest Spirit is an experience and one that you should no doubt take the time to enjoy for yourself.
か